All right, this ain't gonna take too long. Really, you got this book right here, and you got many of the books like this where they talk about the Negro in such a bad light. In many cases, you have to realize and have discernment on what you read because not everything is truthful. Some is just propaganda. Now, in this book, they show like many different photos of each so-called race, and they're really trying to harp on who's from the Adamic race or Adam, right? But he says racial races, for we have very every evidence that when West and Central Africa is explored, we shall find several distinct species of the Negro. The anatomy and the physiognomy of the Ethiopian and the Congo and the Guinea of the Homi Negro is so marked that many ethnologists have unhesitatingly classed them as a distinct species. They are the lowest type of human race with the exception of the Hottentot, and are, like the American Indians, utterly incapable of government or any advancement in the arts or sciences beyond that of any other primitive animal with equal physical endowments. Now, first of all, we know that that's not true. Talking about we can't come up with anything creative, you know what I'm saying, or any advancements when the American Negro has come up with all the advancements in technology and other things, right? But also look at this thing about how they said even like the American Indians, they're utterly incapable of government. Now this book was written in 1860 something right here, right? So it was around the same time as this book. Well, actually this book was a little earlier. I think it was like 1820s, 30s. But either way, this book talks about of the government and polity of the Florida nations. And it talks about their government and their systems of government. But I thought that they were utterly incapable. Where is it at? Utterly incapable of government. So you got one writer in the 1800s saying, hey, these people can't even get a government going. Another writer who looks at all the voyagers' first-hand contact with the Indians, not necessarily the Negroes, but also the Negroes, because he explained these to also be Negroes, okay? There's all kind of Negro references to these Indians in this book. All kinds. You can screenshot and read. But in this same book right here, that's really putting out propaganda because we know that they got governments and all that other stuff. And we know that they are creative. They've been creative since cotton gins and all kinds of stuff. But they show this person as the American Indian. Now, am I going to believe that this is the real depiction of the American Indian when he also, in this book from 1868, he also can't tell me the types of government that they had. In fact, he says that they're so incapable of it. That's how you know it's propaganda. So is that photo or drawing. So yeah, just because they put it in the book don't mean it's real. It's up to you to try to figure this out. And that's what they did the books for. So they'll fuck up you trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? What's funny is they also, I didn't get the screenshot, they also said the Ethiopians and the Fulanis and others were different, as well as the Moors are different, and they gave a depiction of them. So you have, but they say that the Negro is the lowest. And it's funny that they put that moniker, that name, that whatever, that term on us in America, the ones who were the real Indians. Definitely not these people.